he has the fear factor of a goose. He knows no fear whatsoever.
I am easily coerced with the threat of starvation.
Ah, yes, the Australia method.
Every day there's at least 5 battles going on.
That's what it feels like every time I go to the office.
I'm going to redistribute the knife crime in the States to make it similar to the UK.
Wait, we're already in the Patreon section?
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the council, we are gathered here today to investigate possibilities and find our way to the stories of our dreams. Also, because my boss has better things to do and I am easily coerced with the threat of starvation. Anyway, this file here from the British government tells me that you, Xeno, were Isekai'd into our world.
Seems legit.
Mm-hmm. The government is planning an excursion into your homeworld because I guess there is literally nothing that's a lower priority than improving British public transportation. And to that end, this council was convened to get anime recommendations from your world so that officials can watch things on the trip.
Okay.
You got any license for that being Isekai'd?
Oh, I got a license for that being Isekai'd, others.
Excellent. Okay, so this whole thing sounds super dumb. So in the spirit of that, our world has an anime called Eminence in Shadow. It's a really good show where the whole joke is that the main character is dumb as a sack of rocks, but stupid overpowered, so he cannot fail regardless. Tell me about the best anime with a dumb protagonist, and how does the stupidity make the anime better?
Oh god, this is so difficult. So the best anime from my world, it's called Code Goose, and the whole premise is that the descendant from feudal Japan, who has basically taken over England, he is out to free England from Japanese rule because he hates his family so much. But he ends up getting a goose power. He got bitten by a radioactive goose called BB, and as a result ended up gaining the goose powers. So whenever he wants someone to do something, he starts hissing and honking at them and starts like chasing after them with his arms spread out. Now, here's the huge problem. We don't have, like, you guys, you have Code Geass, right? We have Code Goose. You guys had mechs. We had like tanks and biplanes and things like this. So he is chasing tanks and biplanes with his, like, flapping his arms like back and forth. Like, he has the fear factor of a goose. He knows no fear whatsoever. And this is like, right, Death Note meets Skills and Pants from your world. I don't fucking know. Dear God.
Honk.
Pretty much.
I like that you just made a whole anime that's just like Canada, the superpower.
Yeah, but not Canadian geese. Canadian geese are nice, right? Yep. British geese, they're the fucking assholes.
So, Xeno, something I've always wondered if I were to encounter someone from an alternate dimension or split timeline or whatever have you is, what method was employed to get you here? The popular method here seems to be vehicular manslaughter, such as in Konosuba, kind of. Please describe in detail the process by which you arrived, and if there's any similar show you could reference, that would be amazing.
Okay. This one's easy. This one is surprisingly easy, right? Okay. So over here, right, you have a lot of writings about how, you know, you've got the realist hero who rebuilt the kingdom, or you've got Rising of the Shield hero, or whatever that level 2 one was from last season. Anyway, the whole point is, like, it's a one-way system where people are summoned to the alternate world. That's a very big mainstay in the way you guys have your isekai worlds. You have completely neglected the "no, we're sending you away because you're such a troublemaker" method of isekai. So effectively, when I was up for, I want to say, adoption, they basically go, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna send you to another world because you're such a troublemaker." Like, who knew maintaining web servers was such a problem in that world? So yeah, they're just like, "Yeah, we're sending you somewhere else now. You're their problem."
Ah, yes, the Australia method. Alright. When visiting your world, it will be important to understand the socio-political climate as to prevent our ambassadors from committing any faux pas. Which anime from your world has the most draconian school council so our ambassadors can understand how society works?
Oh my god. Okay. So basically the premise is that in magical England, where, you know, magic is a rule supreme, and, you know, everything is dictated by the events that happen at this one magical high school and things, you know, we have a ruling body of students who are way stronger than any teacher and have way more authority than any teacher ever could possibly, to the point of, you know, we have like wizard duels where they turn their wands into giant swords of light and things, and they're having combat, and then there's tournaments every day. There's at least 5 battles going on, just so that all the students are positioned appropriately in terms of rank. Nothing exists outside of this school, and in fact, there's actually a suggestion box held by the school council, which is used to weed out the weak, and then they will abracadabra you into oblivion. So if you know, the suggestion box is actually a box, so you can't suggest anything. Otherwise, you know, you're dead. This anime is like a mix of Medicabox, Asterisk War, and Mashle from your world, and it's called Only Fools and Horses.
You did say mashle, right? Yeah?
I did say Mashle.
Yeah? Oh, jeez, would you please reveal Effendoor's taboo anime?
Oh my god.
Alright. I was watching Guyver the other day, and I just found myself thinking that I need more mediocre, unfinished anime in my life.
Fucking hate you right now. Sorry, yes.
So what's the best parallel we could find for Guyver in your world, and why hasn't anyone bothered to finish the story? You know, aside from the obvious mediocrity.
I'm strumming my fingers on the table, trying not to get wound up. It's not working! It's not working! Okay. What's the equivalent of... okay, so we have this one anime where, like, basically there's like these weird, you know, organisms and things, like all these weird biological stuff, and these little critters and things that basically they can bond to the various different people, but, like, you know, so you just have to go out and explore the world and everything, and you know, you end up catching your bug and things, or your mammal or lizard and or fish, whatever, doesn't matter. The whole point is that, you know, you bond them. And the thing is, the only reason why it hasn't been finished is because it's got like 1,000+ episodes, and just, like, you know, it's such a cash cow because it's such a genius idea, and like everyone has one. Like, you know, even the mum has a weird bug that she bonds to. That sounds weird. And whole wars have broken out over this. Like, you know, the whole world is in disarray, and, you know, everyone's fighting each other, and, you know, trying to
Be the very best.
that there ever was. Yes, indeed. You know, so yeah, it's it's pretty much like, you know, Guyver meets Pokemon meets, I don't know why, but Saga of Tanya the Evil sounds like a really good mix with Pokemon. Yep. And it's called Black Cat.
Oh my god.
Okay. Xeno, when you arrived, did you notice that you had any enhancements? Sometimes folks who travel to other worlds seem to gain abilities or powers, like in one of my personal favorite animes called Overlord. You should look into it. It's really great. What one of you would be your examples of where the main character gains abilities in such a manner?
Well, weirdly enough, I didn't actually gain any powers. In fact, I lost powers. I ended up losing my mega. And
Wait, we're already in the Patreon section?
No, Naz is gonna censor that. Basically, they're like, "Oh, we can't fit you through the Isekai with this thing, so we're gonna have to shrink it down to the equivalent in their world." I think personally, like it's pretty damn big, but like in my world, like I would pass out from using it because it was just so powerful. But anyway.
All right. Transportation is also an important factor in any given world. So, what anime would you recommend to explain the best methodology for racing from location to location, all the while staying under the local law enforcement's radar?
So the preferred method of transportation, which I'm really shocked you guys don't have this in your world, but I mean, to be fair, they were kind of unruly, and as a result, there was they basically became kind of pseudo illegal. But I think over here you could get away with it because, like, you got segways and electric scooters and all sorts of weird, wonderful shit. So I think when you go to invade alternate England, right, you should investigate the horse girl pretty derby, right? And they oh my god, they run so fucking fast, and they get you from A to B like there's no tomorrow. They are so good at like pulling carriages, and they just want some sugar and carrots and things, and like they're happy.
So the primary form of transportation in your world is horse girls that you feed carrots?
Yeah.
Seems rather primitive, but understandable.
But they're so powerful. Like you got these like giant beasts of burden. Like ours come in the form of a little girl. So powerful.
The phrasing on that could not have been worse. I just want you to know.
I kind of realized that afterwards, so I'm just gonna leave that awkwardly there. Hello, members of the jury. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and especially to the supporters. Of course, this is the segment where whoa, please don't skip, please, just a minute of your time. I would like to direct your attention to Exhibit A. Now, one may wonder, what does the graph tell us? Well, in fact, it tells us the amount of capital needed for the production of 1 month's worth of Notice Me Senpai. Now, ideally, as a senpai, such as myself, one needs to spend this entire graph's worth of dollars to create a month's worth of episodes. This graph is segmented to reveal where the funds come from and where it goes. The blue and red bits are a combination of supporter funds as well as my own back pocket in order to pay for the video editor. The yellow bit, that's the funds needed to pay for actors to come in, do a merry jig, and then ultimately the show is animated. The issue is that the yellow bit costs more than the blue and red bits combined. I can't afford to absorb the yellow bit too, so I'm reaching out to you, the viewers. If you like the direction the show's improvements are going so far, and you want to see them get even better, please consider joining the Patreon, link in the description. I know it seems like a lot of money, but even $1 a month helps to get closer to that goal. So does sharing the video with friends or even on social media, where other people might say, hey, I like seeing all this crazy movement and silly anime jokes. I'd pay for that. That's it. That's the pitch. I won't take up any more of your time, and I just hope you enjoy the rest of the episode.
Okay. I'm gonna keep this question straightforward and easy. What is the most critically acclaimed magical girl show? How long are the transformation sequences, and how often do they use firearms to solve their problems?
It's called One Pantsu.
What the fuck?
It's about magical girls that explore the world to find the One Pantsu, which is the ultimate collection of leotards and thigh-high boots that's used to to thwart crime. So the transformation sequences are about 5 to 10 minutes long, but typically it's longer than that due to the recaps at the start and end of each episode.
They recap the transformation sequences?
Well, of course, it's an easy thing to recap.
Must be a lot of panty shots on that. All right.
So they recap it, and then they have one in the episode itself.
Yeah.
And then they preview the next one, the one for the next episode.
No, it's continuation. You know, they start doing it at the end of the last episode, and then they recap it and then finish it in the next episode.
And the final part is, how often do they use firearms to solve their problems?
Right. Now, this is easy. Never, because they were all removed thanks to 3 kids.
They make finger guns and their problems go away.
Yeah, exactly. They got finger guns. They got water pistols. They've got cookies.
Lollipops.
Yeah, lots of lollipops. You know, it's how it's done. It's stupid. I should have said 2 adults, but you get the point.
Okay. Xeno, do you look like this where you come from? I mean, sometimes the process of crossing over people change their appearance, even gender and age in like Tanya the Evil. Not that you look... Anyway, give me your best example of this where you come from.
Well, we already know Xeno used to have a massive...
Yeah.
Don't say it, just don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. Rias Gremory! God damn it! I could not say it! Oh my god. Yeah, so that's you know, I had the big bosom, I had the long, luscious red hair, and the mega...
Oh?
God! Why my brain? Why do you go there?
You could have been an anthropomorphic pony, you know, you could have been a thinking living rock.
No, I couldn't. No, we all know I couldn't. No. Oh my god, this is...
But you wouldn't have been named Rias, you would have been named Jarena.
Yeah, hells yeah. Because I name every character the same.
Exactly.
I long for my true name.
While in your world, our R&D will want to acquire new techniques and abilities for use in armed military, both for defense and offense. Which would be the anime that would best show the combat potential of your world so we can learn from it and prepare ourselves?
Okay. So basically, we were heavily inspired by Code Goose, and we decided that because giving regular people radioactive goose powers was a terrible idea. In fact, Sweden decided to stop attempting to do this when they saw how bad the anime turned out. We instead decided to put the brains of people in robots, into like spider robots, because let's face it, nothing's more scary than a giant mechanical spider that can shoot guns and lasers and rockets. Oh my! So we have like this giant horde of robot sentient spider machines that are used to attack and terrify the onslaughting army and things. But the downside is that they're all like piloted by teenagers and they're all moody and they kind of don't do anything. I don't want to pilot this mech anymore. And this was heavily inspired by pretty much any teenage mecha series and 86.
Okay, so the first season of Delicious in Dungeon recently concluded to much acclaim in our world. Every episode of that goddamn show made me hungry. What show would you recommend that would make me equally hungry, but for justice?
For justice. So oddly enough, right, we have a series that's the it's very, very similar to one that you have over here. Effectively, it's about a reverse isekai No, sorry. An actual isekai, not a reverse isekai, where a cop ends up going into another world, and as a result, we have to. So the cop has to work in a conjunction with the night guard or the holy guard or whatever you want to call them. The elf guard from that world, and trying to stop like bad magic happenings, and the exploitation of magical drugs and hallucinogens and all sorts of weird and wonderful shit. And it's called Craft Cop, and it's
I mean, I knew what you were alluding to, but I didn't expect you to just be so lazy with the title.
Come on, dude, this is so hard. It's based on Copcraft. So yeah, it's basically Copcraft is a series where an elf girl ends up joining it's more like an American police force, and they're trying to stop the exploitation of their citizens in our world.
That doesn't sound American at all.
I was trying to do the mirror opposite.
Okay. Xeno, we have shows about giant robots that make no sense, like Evangelion. Do you have one of those?
Yes. Well, no, kind of. The problem is that the mecha genre is so amazingly successful. It all makes sense because we did actually have an Evangelion. It was actually called Neon Genesis Evangelion, and everything is like, it's so weird. It's like the one thing that's purely identical, but it was a huge flop because it was a steaming pile of shit. As a result, not every other mecha series under the sun decided to try and copy it. It's so weird. And as a result, the mecha franchise, sorry, not the mecha franchise, the mecha genre just blew up, and it's hugely popular over in. It's the one biggest thing that I miss about alternate Earth. We call it Mega Earth.
An unfinished steaming pile of shit, just like Guyver.
I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna fucking stab you. Hey, at least it hasn't been rewritten like 17 billion fucking times.
Yeah, just like Guyver. You got the OVA, and you got the live action movies, and you've got the anime, and you've got the manga.
Okay, see, Nathith is picking up what I'm putting down.
I'm gonna stab you, Nazith. I'm just gonna, I'm going to redistribute the knife crime in the States to make it similar to the UK.
Alright. Quite often, in our world, a show will never see completion and fail to the fate worse than death known as cancellation. Which shows from your world have been cancelled and yet have stayed within public consciousness and high public opinion?
Okay, so we've got Samurai Jazz, we've got Quad Sword, we've got Gigi's Delightful Sleepover.
Oh my god.
We've got Strimmer Lady.
For Americans, I believe we call a strimmer a weed whacker.
Oh yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah. Is it right to put down guys in a dungeon? Not a dungeon. in a office building. I don't fucking know.
Yes, putting down guys. Just killing them.
That's what it feels like every time I go to the office.
Oh my god. And Orc Beater. There you go.
Alright, I believe we have everything we need here. I'm sure everyone can agree that this was a tremendous waste of government money and everyone's time. Par for the course in Parliament. If you would see yourself out, sir, I'm told bland food will be provided while you wait 3 hours for your train to arrive.
Yay!
I'm guessing there were massive budget cuts, or... Nope. I'm being told that is just how British food always tastes, and that train strikes are unavoidable. Alright, well, best of luck.
To be fair though, I'm not quite sure if we've had a train strike in a while, but yes, the food is that bad.